There is expansion happening on the earth right now. And if you want to be part of that new wave of change in 2025, then let me prime you for success in this video. You will need a notebook and a pen or anything you can take notes on, and you will need to pause the video from time to time. So that's all you need to know. Let's get into it. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to channel your soul's purpose. So that means what you really, really want to do from your inner self, from your soul, from your higher being. So I want you to close your eyes and I want you to think about when you were a child. And I want you to imagine the very first time you felt pure joy in what you were doing. Go back and really visualize what is happening when you're feeling that pure joy. What did it feel like? What were you doing? And just spend a few moments thinking about that. Next, I want you to think about the next thing in your life when you were around your teenage age, maybe a young adult, that made you feel pure joy, happiness, and fulfillment. Just spend a few moments visualizing that. What were you doing? Where were you? What was going on? And next, I want you to think about the thing that you did in your adult life that made you feel the most joy. Maybe it's something that you do already, or maybe it's something that you've done quite some time ago. Again, it's going to bring you that feeling of fulfillment, of joy, and of happiness. Visualize it. Okay, I want you to slowly open your eyes, and hopefully by now you have 3 things that you can write down in your notebook that are your soul's purpose. These should be things that you want to do because they give you joy and fulfillment and happiness, and not because they make you money or because other people say you should do it or because you saw a video on YouTube. So pause the video here and write them down. The next thing we're going to do is release fear through ego. There is always that little nagging voice in your head that tells you shouldn't do something because it will never work, or whatever that little voice says to you, that's your ego talking to you. So we definitely need to let that go to allow your spirituality and the universe to flow through you. I want you to think about some fears that you have that you can write down that come up when you think about things that you really want to do. So this could be something like, I'm not good enough to achieve my goals. Okay, so I want you to write down the fear. Once you've written down the fear, I want you to write down the truth that your higher self knows, which is, for example, I am worthy and capable of creating the life I deserve. And I want you to write down at least 3 fears and change them around to be positive sentences that you can affirm to yourself on a regular basis, and that will really turn those fears around for you. Pause the video, and once you've completed that exercise, we'll move on to the next one. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to create a vision from your heart about what your ideal life would feel like in 2025. Okay, you can use visualization for this, but we're focusing mainly on here the emotions that it would bring. So I want you to close your eyes and place a hand on your heart. I want you to take 5 deep breaths, and I'm going to do this with you. I want you to breathe in. Try and breathe in through your nose and take the breath right up to the top of your head. And then let it go. As you're letting it go the next time, I want you to imagine any of those limiting beliefs, those fears, anything coming from the ego, leaving your vessel. This time when you take that deep breath in, I want you to imagine clean, fresh energy going all the way through your body and up into your head. You're cleaning out all of those limiting beliefs right now. Okay, let's take a deep breath in. And let it go. Another one. And let it go. Two more. In. Let it out. Last one, get all that fresh energy into your head. And let it go. Getting rid of all of those limiting beliefs. Now what I'd like you to do is, still with your eyes closed, imagine what your ideal life would feel like in 2025. Not what it looks like, particularly, although images might come into your head. More like the emotions that it brings for you. Do you feel peace, joy, excitement? Just visualize what that is bringing into your brain right now, into your head, and the emotions that it brings. So now I want you to write down the feelings that you visualized, and whether they are joy, excitement, peace, love, and then write down one key step that you could take to bring those feelings into your daily life right now and all the way into 2025. The next thing we're going to do is I want you to have a little bit of reflection about what you're grateful for in 2024. And these are lessons that you've learned. So I want you to write down 3 things that you're grateful for in 2024 and how those moments have shaped you or prepared you for 2025. Pause the video here and write them down. The next thing I want you to do is to choose a word that can manifest and symbolize your theme for 2025. For example, your whole theme that could encapsulate how you want your year to be in 2025 could be just the word freedom. It could be abundance. It could be joy, happiness, success. So write that down. If you need to pause the video here, then you can. And then I would like you to create something small. It could be a little card that you've written out with that word on. You could put it on your desk or put it by your bed so you can see it when you go to sleep or wake up. For example, the word freedom. It could be a little crystal, a stone, a bracelet, something that every time you see it, it will remind you. For example, I live with freedom every day this year or in 2025. So the next thing we're going to do is to have a little mentor meeting with your higher self and your future self. So I want you to imagine that obviously your higher self and yourself are always as one. But I want you to imagine that you've become that higher self that you really want to be at the end of 2025. And I want you to close your eyes and see that future self that is you in front of you. Imagine what you look like. What are you wearing? What are you radiating? Are you radiating joy? You can tell this from your facial expression, by the way. Are you radiating someone who's very successful? And once you've created that image of your future self, exactly how you want to be at the end of 2025, I want you to say in your head, what advice do you have for me at this point in my life now? How are you going to help me, or how can you help me get to where I want to be by the end of 2025? And just listen to what your higher self has to say to you. And now I want you to open your eyes. And the last thing we are going to do is think about one way that you can help people, either by giving back or serving others in 2025, that aligns with that purpose that you wrote down at the beginning of this video. So you might have written down something about helping dogs. So for example, this could be volunteering to go to a dog shelter. It could be that you are really good at helping people and that feels like one of your purposes. So this could be supporting other people, friends for free, or doing something over YouTube like I'm doing right now. It could be simply sharing your talents with the world. YouTube is an amazing platform for this, so, think about if that's something that you want to do. The reason I want you to write down an act of service that you can do, is because it can really bring a sense of fulfillment and amplify the abundance that can come to you in your life. So serving other people is what expands our soul and makes us feel alive, especially if you can help them for free. This usually comes along with also getting more abundant in the wealth side of things. So I really do hope this video has helped you and has made you feel primed for success in 2025. If there's anything that has come about from this video, like your soul's purpose, let me know what it is in the comments. I would love to know. It's always so interesting for me to find out, what people are aligned with, because there's so many purposes that people have, and it's just a beautiful thing to read those. So thank you for listening, and I hope to see you in the next one.